How you guys doing? My name is Jake Weed with Doors at 7, and I'm proud to present to you an interview I had with Ben and Alex of Acres. They are two great guys. It was a blast to have a conversation with them, and I hope you guys enjoy. And thank you, Acres, Ben, and Alex, for taking time out to talk to me. Thank you. So how you guys doing? How you guys feeling? You just released the record like just over a week ago now. How's the reception? How you guys feeling? Do you like how people are reacting to it?
Yeah, it's been great, man. It's cool to be back. Do you know what I mean? We had a bit of a break during COVID, so it's cool to finally be at the stage where the new album's out, new music's out. Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah. Have you guys been sitting on it for a while? Have you been working on it for a while? Because it has been a little while since you've released an album in 2019.
Yeah, we finished recording finished recording music, like the actual guitars and stuff and drums. I can't talk today, sorry.
Really?
We finished that like December 2021.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's been a minute, and then we did vocals like up until March, I think.
Yeah, they were finished in March. Yeah, it's been quite a while. We wrote a whole bunch of the record was written over COVID, so it was it was done, and then we were kind of waiting to be allowed to go to the studio and know that we weren't going to spend a whole bunch of money on a studio to then get kind of locked down and struggle to re-get in a date. So we kind of just made sure everything was safe and we can get the producer that we wanted to come down and be able to fully immerse ourselves in it.
Okay, wow. So this is, so you guys wrote this like 3 years ago now. You've just kind of been putting the pieces together.
I'd maybe say like 2. I think we started like halfway through COVID. I think
so, like the end of 2020-ish. Okay.
Yeah, I think we started actually writing for the record at the end of 2020, and then finished by like the October, I think. So we had a few months to like prepare for the studio.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Give you time to get ready for it.
Exactly.
And then for when you were writing it, obviously the whole world was in shambles with COVID and everything. Did you change up anything from the last record going into this one? Did you make any big changes production wise? Did you kind of stick with the same producer?
So yeah, we stuck with the same producer, Simon Jackman.
Okay.
He's like a really good friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know him before we did Lonely World, and then we got along so well. And he was so easy to work with that we hired him again. And all the way through the writing process, I'd be sending him demos because we knew that he was going to be the guy. So he helped a bit. He helped we did pre-production kind of, like unofficially, but like I was just bothering him all the time. And and I didn't write Lonely World. I barely wrote anything on that record. Our previous guitarist left after the record, and he wrote all of the instrumentals by himself. So
wow,
yeah, this is my first record that I've written since a long time ago.
Yeah.
We had Randy Slough as well do some strings, which didn't happen on the first record. So that was definitely something we knew of Randy, and we kind of coming into this, we said if we're gonna have kind of synths and strings and stuff, then that's our dude. So
okay, yeah. And then did you change like your attitude when approaching writing, especially like you said you hadn't, like, the last album was mostly written by them, so now you're coming in writing the album. Did you kind of change your approach? Did it affect the sound and like how you went about writing, because now it's just you rather than them?
Yeah, no, for sure. I really wanted this record to have like a bit more attitude. Like, if we want to get really nerdy, I even had like preferences to like guitar amps and stuff.
Yeah.
So we ended up using like a Diesel VH4, which I was fucking stoked about.
Yeah,
it's like one of the amps ever. We tried, like, in my head I really wanted to go down like the whole like 5150 kind of like real like gnarly amp sound, and so I wrote with that in mind. Like I used like the Gojira plugin from Neural DSP.
We use that all the time.
The best.
Yeah.
it's easily my favorite guitar sim that I've played, and so I wrote mostly with that, and I wanted to emulate that kind of sound, but like a bit gnarlier in the studio.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to write a heavier record. Like, I just wanted, I didn't want to be like the lightest band on the bill anymore. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to
I
be
know
like
what you
the
mean.
heaviest band on like a lighter bill.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like when you go to shows like that, like those are the bands that stand out, and those are the bands that really like resonate with you. And I wanted to like emulate that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, and hence why there's Garrett on the record and shit.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, working with Garrett on Nothing, did he write the parts? Did you guys write his parts? Like, how did you go about getting in contact with him to get on the song?
So we toured with Silent Planet in 2018. We just hit it off super well with them, and when we were talking about having a guest on the record, we always said like it had to be somebody that meant something to us, not just like a random dude from a cool band. Like it would be cooler if it really meant something to us and to our band. So we couldn't think of anyone better than Garrett, and he was kind of stoked to do it. And I think on the demo, I wrote something, and then Garrett was kind of like, "Can I just put my own spin on bits?" And we were just like, "Yo, fully just go mad, what you want to do." And he came back with what he did, which was sick, and yeah, it sounds really cool.
Yeah, no, there's nothing better than like, because a lot of features sometimes they just get written for them, so it's cool that he was able to kind of take it and make it his own. So it really is like a full feature, start to finish. Like he wrote his stuff too.
Yeah, I never know where like. I know some features don't want to bother writing it; they just want to track what's there. So it was cool to give him the option, and then it was really cool for him to turn around and say, "I would like to write something," which was great. So
yeah, no, that's so especially now that you guys are, because I actually never really heard of you guys up until recently when you came up on my radar. You guys have a new fan, obviously. You guys are super sick. Listening to the record was super good. But reading through a lot of like the comments on a lot of your newer music videos and stuff, there's an interesting portion of your fan base that indicates that you guys have like changed, but that they still really love you and they still really like you. Do you guys feel that when you go to shows or when you're talking to fans, or do you guys kind of know that fans notice that you've changed, but they're still really big fans of you at the same time?
We've only played, like we've only toured once since lockdown, and that was with Being as an Ocean, and we played Nothing before it was out, and it went down really well. And I don't know. I think we change every time we release music. Do you know what I mean? That's what we want to do. That's what we've always done. That's what my favorite bands do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to write the same record twice, and I purposely wanted to. Yeah, like I said previously, like write something that's gonna make people be like, "Oh fuck!" Like, where did this come from? You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see, like, because that Being as an Ocean tour was just a complete blur for me. I don't remember anything like talking to fans or anything like. But yeah, I like to think that we keep it interesting enough that fans can notice the change and appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than like alienate old fans to bring
and that's what it seems like, because I'll go through and I've read a lot of the comments or like posts on your music video, and a lot of them are like big fans of like they always go with the old Acres, but they're like still love you guys, still really good stuff. So it sounds like even people that may have liked you for your lighter stuff are picking up on the heavier stuff too, which is really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you guys are in that middle ground between like post-hardcore, metalcore stuff, hard rock. Where are a lot of your like influences come from? Do you guys consider yourself like a specific genre, or do you just kind of like write whatever you like and that's what comes out on the album? Because I know some artists will like pick like almost a genre and try to stick with it. Some people will just write what they write and that's what the record ends up sounding like. So do you kind of sit somewhere in the middle? Do you have specific influences?
This album we kind of just like me and you were over Zoom, and I think Alex sent like 10 to 15 demos before one really kind of stuck with how we wanted to sound. And it was all, it's quite funny because I wanted to go one direction musically. Alex wanted to go totally the opposite. So it was cool that when we finally kind of hit the sound and the track came that we wanted, it was cool that we finally agreed. And
Yeah.
it was just very honest, right? And I think there was no, like, for instance, I wanted to go the more the poppier route, radio friendly route. That was where I saw us come in after Lonely Word, and Alex was like, I just want to fucking riff and be gnarly.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% glad we went the way we did. And like I said,
Yeah.
as soon as we kind of got there, it was great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely a case of writing what we write. Do you know what I mean? There was no grand scheme. There was no like plan.
Yeah.
It was just more like I wanted it to be noticeably different, but I wanted it to still sound like us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
we're in
it
a
definitely does.
We're in a really cool position as a band. Like if you checked out any of our previous stuff, we have a song called Lullaby, which pretty much sounds like post rock and Coldplay mixed together.
Yeah.
And we can drop something like that and then drop nothing, and no one ever bats an eyelid. Do you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah, because looking back, I listened to some of your like, backlog discography stuff, and you guys definitely had like a lighter sound initially. There was definitely like the like metalcore elements and stuff still there.
Yeah.
But it was cool listening to the newer album and then going back and being like, oh yeah, these guys definitely stepped up and got a little heavier, but still kind of kept some of that more like rock ballad type stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
And the reason why I asked about specific or like what your influences are, the song When You're Gone, it kind of sounds like the song Cross Your Bones by Crown the Empire. And I'm a huge Crown the Empire fan. So I immediately started to like dig that song super well. So I just didn't know who you guys were pulling inspirations from or who you listen to on a regular basis. Like, do you guys listen to rock, metal, metalcore regularly, or is it just something that's what you guys write? You listen to other stuff alternatively.
I'm I listen to a lot of metal all the time. Like
Yeah.
but I also listen to like a lot of fucking Bjork. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes. Good move.
so like if we're on the road, we don't really listen to like heavy music and stuff because obviously we're surrounded by it all night. So
Yeah.
in the van, it's just going to be like 90s
Burnt
banging.
out. Yeah.
Seal.
Seal and like it's someone will put on like a fucking breakdown or something with screaming. I'm just like, get it off. Turn it off. But like influence wise, I am stuck in 2008. Like that's my era of like
Yeah.
metalcore and stuff like that. Like I was a big fan of all like the Rise bands around then, and I love Norma Jean. They're one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Under Oath are a massive influence on like me personally. My favorite band ever is a band called Oceana. I don't know if you remember those guys.
Oceano? Yeah.
No, Oceana with an A.
Oceana. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're like a Florida band, and they were just incredible. If you haven't checked them out, check out the record Birth Eater. Like it's one of the coolest
Okay.
like metalcore records from that time. It's very like unique sounding, like very dark but still like got that like I don't know. It was like the same time as like Of Machines and Inhale Exhale and
Yeah.
it was when metalcore bands stopped being Christian bands and started writing good music. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, because I think I picked up metalcore like right after, like Stand and Scream by Asking Alexandra. Like that was where I picked. Yeah, that's kind of where I picked off and became like the scene high schooler kid that I was with the big hair and everything like that.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah. No, I had the crazy hair. I used to wear like a pirate hat. It was bad, but it was fun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I think but then there's loads of UK bands that me and Ben both love that probably anyone from America or anyone from like the UK probably don't remember. The band called All Forgotten. They were tiny like UK post-hardcore. And they were like one of my favorite bands. And then when I first met Ben, it was like one of the bands that we really bonded over. And then there's a few like who else? I can't remember. Who else did we like, Ben, from the UK?
I don't know from the UK, but like I on this record, I definitely took a lot more American band influence than I did UK band. Like me and Alex also fucking love Saosin,
Yeah.
Circus Survive. They're like our
Yeah.
definite go-tos on tour. But yeah, I was listening to a lot of like Dayseeker. The new Bad Omens records is great.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah.
like that. I'm kind of just coming into that new wave, like American sound, and discovering these bands. So I was finding a lot of that, which was cool. So that definitely is. It's funny you say when you're gone and Crown the Empire. I haven't listened to Crown the Empire, but that's kind of I've been listening to the kind of those metalcore bands, so I can understand the reference.
Yeah. No, yeah, because Crown the Empire, their like older stuff was right around the time where I was in like my peak scene phase.
Yeah,
So when I heard that song, I was like, "Oh, right back to it. I'm about to start."
Yeah, that's when
start a circle pit mosh again.
when I like dropped off. I didn't listen to like the whole Asking Alexandria and Crown the Empire. And,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
Yeah, that I started like that was like me being in my late teens, trying to be cool. So I was like really into shit, like Cult of Luna.
Yeah. No, because I was lucky enough that I went to Warped Tour a couple different years right around there. So it was all like Crown the Empire. Bless the Fall was there a couple years before. Asking Alexandria, like Attila, like those were like the bands if you're familiar with them.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So it was a fun time.
do you remember Confide?
Yeah, they were great.
Oh,
Yeah. No. Do you guys have the Empiricon, right? That's kind of like your kind of Warped Tour
We
that you
we
have
have
there.
Slam Dunk.
Yeah,
Slam Dunk is what it's called.
Yeah. So Empiricon Tour is pretty much just Europe. So that would be like Germany, Austria, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so
Then
they don't go up to UK or
I think they might.
Yeah,
have
it
done
does like only a couple. Like, you
Yeah.
normally get like Bristol on there.
Yeah,
London.
but then that's Never Say Die, which is a different
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, Warped Tour would be our equivalent
Of the
but
Slam
then
Dunk.
yeah, it's just like it's like
But you guys probably still have Slam Dunk, right? We lost Warped Tour
Yeah.
years ago.
yeah, Slam Dunk does really well.
Yeah. No, I just looked it up. Enter Shikari, Offspring, Under Oath. There you go.
Fuck it.
Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you guys are just about to go on tour, correct? Like a smaller tour?
No.
No. We were going to do a headline tour. Well, we should be on the headline tour right now.
Okay, that's what I thought. So are you guys still doing that? Did that change up?
No, so we're touring with Dayseeker now. Dayseeker are coming over here.
Oh, sweet.
We jumped on the tour with them, which is great. So we postponed our headline till later in the year because obviously Dayseeker are blowing up. They're sick.
Yeah.
So when that came through, we were just like, "Fuck yeah, let's do that."
So how did that come about? Where you just had, because I know you had the tour lined up, and like I said, I knew you were supposed to be on it like either right now or really soon.
Yeah.
So how did you guys link up with Dayseeker, or did they link up with you guys, or?
Yeah,
It was Garrett from Silent Planet. I think he manages them.
Oh wow!
And he
Okay,
was just like, Acres would be sick on this, and we got an offer through.
that's awesome. Yeah, congrats, guy. That's super
Thank
good.
you.
That's gonna be a good move.
I'm stoked because I love Dayseeker. I'm a fan of them. So
That'll be a sick tour to be on. And are they doing just all of UK, or are they hitting Europe too, or?
just UK.
Nice.
Okay.
That'll be cool. That'll be
Yeah,
fun.
it'd be fun.
Sweet. And then don't want to take up too much of your time, so I like to end it with like a fun question. If you could play a show anywhere in the world, where would it be? It can be a place, a venue, a cave, literally anywhere. If you could play a show.
Probably like the Norwegian fjords. That would be killer.
Really?
Yeah, like there's killer whales. There's everything. Everyone's nice.
Yeah.
I think that's it for me.
I really, really, really want to play Chain Reaction.
Yeah, fuck
That'd be
it.
sick.
I'd love to.
I've seen like Circus Survive. I watched Circus Survive play there on YouTube like all the time, and I'm like, I really want to fucking play that venue now. So that's the one I probably see, and I see it in photos, and I'm just like, fuck, I really want to play there.
Yeah,
that's like big name that I think just everybody knows. Chain Reaction.
Yeah.
I think just growing up in like the late 2000s, it was like the venue, and then obviously being and then you see all your favorite American bands playing it, and they hype it up, and it makes it seem like a magical place. But I know if we get there, it's just going to be another fucking venue. But I'd still be happy to play it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely one of those venues.
For sure.
All right, guys. Well, that's about it. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Anything you want to shout out? Let people know what's going on, what you have going on in the future, anything coming up? Obviously, the album just dropped, so definitely go check that out. But anything else you guys want to say before logging off?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. No,
thanks for having us, and thanks for everyone for sticking around, still checking us out.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Make sure to go check out all of their stuff. What is your Instagram handle? Is it just at Acres?
Acres_UK.
Yeah.
_UK. Sweet. All right. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, of course. I'll let you guys do what you got to do. Have fun on that tour. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for footage and what you guys are doing while you're out there with them. That'll be really fun.
Sick. Thank you, man.
Cool. Yeah, of course. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Cool. Take it easy. Cheers.
Bye.